I'm a prisoner in a psychiatric hospital. It's Christopher Stubbins. The date is the Thursday, the 10th of May 2018, and it's 8:19. And I'm detained here because my heart is dangerously ill with heart disease, and it's a mental hospital because it's a lock ward because I won't take my heart tablets. Well, I've been taking them for several days now, and they're probably going to release me, but they treat people like that, and it's the right thing to do for people who refuse life-saving medicine and other things, which you don't realise, of course. And I'm quite an old man. The transfuser, which I was so enthusiastic about, is actually banned in this country. I don't know why, because it resembles the engine that Hitler used during the Second World War. Well, maybe it is. One of those things. And I can't help that. But I've no idea Hitler used it, and I didn't know that I was a less Hitler at all, or any of those things that they talk about. But apparently I was. My mother was Hitler's wife, I believe. But what am I? I don't know. I don't care. But I don't think like him. The transfuser is a prime mover, a new prime mover which runs on deuterium, and it's a coil of wire, slightly more than a coil of wire. And basically the winding induces a current in the ionized deuterium, and that compresses it due to unlike currents propelling at all, and it goes very tight to very high pressure, and that's enough to bring the deuterium close enough together to fuse with a tunnel effect and produce helium. Simple. Very simple. There's a small nuclear explosion, and that pushes out the gas away from the centre of the tube, and that induces current in the winding, and it goes to the magnetic field, and therefore push a kickback, and that carries on just like simple, and that comes with Japanese from now. And I was just spoken to a Chinese engineer about that. And that's what I spoke to him about. I showed him a diagram. I haven't got the diagram with me, but that apparently is really done by a 14-year-old boy. Because according to Karl Popper, when you invent something, you have to describe it in letter or by way to somebody else who doesn't know anything about it. He builds it, and it works, then it's a valid invention. And this person at 14 is not ignorant, but he's wise, but he's didn't know about that sort of thing, and it was successful. I think it was quite serious what happened, but nobody was hurt, fortunately. Well, in the end, nobody was hurt. I understand he goes to school now, and it makes a difference. Now, I can't mass produce these things because I have no money, and there's lots of work to be done. It has to be shielded, it has to be stable, and has to be possible to turn it on and off. I started with 1.5 volt pencil, but I my resistor, and use the radio to use the right frequency, and phase lock to the radio, and all sorts of things. All sorts of things have to be done. If you want a major power station, it's a massive construction, costing millions of pounds. So that's the difference. Obviously, ones I play around with are just reverting demonstrations, and that's all. Now, I was asked to do it for a company called the Holy Sepulchre Church, and I would do it, but I haven't been able to find the Holy Sepulchre Church on the internet, so I haven't been able to do so. I don't know where they are, and that's what I can say. And this gentleman who's created is more resources than me. His father is slightly higher class than me, and therefore more likely to be acceptable. I understand he's quite a nice young man. So he'll do better than me because I'm quite hungry. It makes a difference. I think I've got a devil's rock on me. In fact, it's just a knife with and so on. Well, maybe hungry. And that's what it is. Now this cell, I'm allowed out. I'll go out for dinner and that stuff. But I'm detained here for my own safety, which is the right thing to do. And well, I'm pretty pleased that this man has made money out of it. I don't know what he did to make money, but he did. Hopefully it'll get used because it replaces coal and oil at a time when global warming is a problem, and and these things are rising in price, and it will stop. Well, what stop was, would it make water and petrol less likely? A lot of the Iraq War was a petrol war, and the Second World War, at least some of it was to do with petrol. Well, they didn't know the transfuser being used then, that's out of my memory, so I don't know. It's quite simple. It's a winding with a tube of deuterium inside it, and it crosses each end, and the hot ends of the winding kept to the end of the deuterium tube, and that is like when you put the pulse, it lights the lights. You have a good capacitor, like a resonant circuit. It can go at any frequency, so it can go 50 hertz, 60 hertz, or 10,000 hertz, or whatever you like. So it's not quite useful. The deuterium comes from the fusion of deuterium nuclear fusion, and it's cold fusion, so forced together by magnetic forces, actually. The repulsion of unlike current. Because when you have an induced current, the induced current is in an opposite direction to the inducing current and then repels it, and therefore it's forced into the center. It's a very high pressure. The outer cell is not subject to the high pressure because the inside is smaller, so the pressure is higher, just like a hydraulic ram. And so the pressure inside is about 10 to 8 pascals, and that's enough to bring the deuterium close enough together to react. And I got the calculation power, which depends on the size of the tube, but if you had a 100 millimeter tube or 50 millimeters, 50 centimeter tube, 50 centimeter tube, that would be 12 watts. And for 100 millimeter tube, 100 centimeter tube, rather, meter tube, that would be even more. And probably judge out of this. It's a very simple thing, because you've got a wire around the tube, basically. It has to be the right some returns, and the inductance has to be right, and the pressure has to be right number of returns. A number of returns gives you the inductance, the thickness of the wire. The current sheet gives you the pressure, so it's a bit complicated. And the capacitor is just to tune it to the things you want. Of course, then you have a variable capacitor to trigger the exact balance of the current. And in power stations, they have a mechanical power. Well, that would do. Or could have something that's very electronic. Oh, no idea about that. And of course, the output is gigawatts, so you can't use transistors. There's your Darwin transistors. Darwin transistors are something that could be used with gigawatts. So of course, they're good conductors of heat and so on. And good conductors of electricity as well. But it's a semiconductor, literally. Now, I've a brother and sister. We're both quite normal, and I have children who are quite normal. So this nasty mark is not passed on to another way about. And I've got a wife who's a strange wife, but I think she's living in poverty in Fairham, and I can't support her because I don't have enough money there. Being 76, I still would get the job. Hello? Yes? Come in. Just a minute.
Can I come?
Yes, wait a minute, I'm just under the door.
Oh, I was coming. Your medication.
Thank you.
Have you got water in here?
No.
Let me get some water.
This is super dashes, this is soft. Goes in. I've just taken my heart drugs. This is, he came to the house and gave me a dog, gave me my pills. It was actually for simvastatin, which is a cholesterol drug, and a drug that makes you go to the toilet. So that's all right. Nothing special about that. I was made to say I'm going to refusing. Got rid of it. It stood off me. the transducers promised to produce a new industry worth trillions of pounds and take over everything, cars and aeroplanes and power stations, all with turbines. And all the different sizes and shapes and sizes, different frequencies, work different purposes. Trains, ships, everything will be powered by it. And domestic units, which will power districts used for houses, not in houses individually, for it's too dangerous. And that will become quite quickly. I've asked for a Tesla Roadster with a transducer power supply. Whether that'll happen, I don't know. But it's an upgrade. And it replaced the battery, so you never have to recharge it. Quite useful. But Elon Musk will produce it. I don't know, but it's a kickstart. I think the transducers are now fairly well now. I've been asked to design one for people, but I have to find out where this place is. It's a difficult church where I can get one. And so one's at Runcorn, that's why I can't do everything. But there will be a group of people designing transducers, so it'll be a job, and people maintaining them, and people. I think they have to be off-limits parameters because they're very dangerous. But at the moment, everything's done by individuals and amateurs at the moment. Okay, that makes a difference. And probably it's fresh. The other thing I've invented, so-called invented, but it's sort of became around for some time, is the electric jet, which I had on a drawing board some time ago, and then the psychiatrist had me, but it's a Cote d'Ivoire with a capacitor plate placed in such a way it's inside the magnetic field. And there's also, I think, down to both the capacitor and the coil. And because it's in phase, the same phase, and the dielectric current through the capacitor, which is polarized, interacts with the magnetic field to force it out according to the motor principle, also known as Poynting vector. And slightly different Poynting principle. It works on air, and it will work on the water on the solar processes. If you can insulate the water, not good idea. Electricity and water don't go together. And out in space, the vacuum contains virtual particles, and these have some kind of momentum, and they can be used to propel the craft. There's reaction, but it's not a rocket, it's a jet, so no fuel has everything with it, except the fuel that powers the engine, but that's deuterium. And the theory is this transducer, if it's powerful enough, with enough compression, it will convert matter into energy. According to Hawkins, the compressed matter, I don't know what Hawkins' theory is, but basically it tips the balance and it all turns into radiation. At the moment, it's a fusion engine, which is nuclear fusion, but Hawkins' method is slightly different. And it's to do with black holes. So you can produce there's no black holes at all, really, but the critical conditions, which are still in a black hole, it's enough to produce a jet of radiation, and that's what you use to power things. But there's a theorem, the Russellator, which is the same power, same frequency as the reaction. So pretty surface Hertz, very useful. Bum, 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 bum. And that reverse really produce energy. And that's probably what other people class as power does. They will people get to the stars. I don't know how long it will take, I won't be going, but other people, I've got a problem here. Breathless, what's wrong with me, with tablets. But go to the stars, it's not something I want to fancy, boiling crashes. Just be like, yeah, but nastier, and more difficult to survive. A man will go there, and not me, and not many people. There's people who dream about it called mad, but I don't dream about it. I'm not interested, no idea what's there. But there will be craft going there first. And if they go fast enough, quicker you get there. And according to the standard relativity, you can't go at speed or get there within a lifetime. However, if you do the calculation differently, which is the original Einstein equation, which you call the right equation, and use it properly, you get entirely derived. So there's no to stop it going increasing velocity, because if the mass does not increase, it's an effect of dimensionality and not actually mass. It's not mass. You look at the equation, he studied, Einstein made a deliberate mistake, he says in his book, to make the maths easier. He thought God would not make things too difficult for him to solve. He thought the children had got limelight either, but he was a big head and read it wrong. So and he also thought that messing about with his dick would make his breath better. So man, anyway, don't worry about that. Give it an insight really, but that's what it was. We should see this film with him. I don't know. But he was a good mathematician and got a position of prison writer. And actually, I think nowadays we do that with boson theory. Was it boson? Higgs boson? I don't know. I'm not into it. And it's to do with the fact that the Higgs boson takes time to determine. So I read it beyond it now. Anyway, I've got a big white hair like everybody else. Wonderful stuff. Anyway, that's the end of my stream, and I'll start up on this hospital up in London, near King's Hospital, and they always have a cabbage offer. It's totally unnecessary. I can now walk quite normally. The time I went in there, I was very sick and I couldn't, and I've treated myself with magnesium from 100 baht and vitamin cells and acetylcholine nitrate, and I've been neglected with the other pills which I should have taken, but I think they're treating with something right now, and I think it's magnesium silicate. I really don't know what they drink. They do. And they probably know about it anyway. They know everything. Anyway, hope I'm in good hands, and I'm told I may be coming on one to your press because I'm complying with the request to take medication, which is very, very important, and I realise that now. I'm very sorry. And I want to be able to see my wife if she's still alive, and she might have forgotten about it. I've just sent her some money. They stopped my money, and I couldn't send her the money, so it's difficult. And I think she did inquire where the money gone, so I sent her some. If she's back in her garden shed, she should get some. Well, she got it yesterday, got it today, so she should have last week. Very important. But I can't afford a shed. That's the problem. And she's too thick to work, something wrong with her. And tad, really. And she's got plastic feet and plastic hands, and she's pretty sad case. It's a sad story. She's very happy, she's a very happy girl. And that's something I liked. And she was happy with plastic feet. Oh, wonderful. Oh, well, I'm sorry. But I did love her so. And I wouldn't be with her again, but I wouldn't even think to let me go near her. And, well, she said I should, and I felt fine. And they're quite pretty healthy. Okay. Go on.